Jim, when you go to a birthday party with your kids, how many kids actually purchased the gift for the other kid with their own money?
Not many.
That's right.
That's a parent job.
We're going to learn about GravyStack in today's episode. Welcome everyone to the Trust the Plan podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Jim.
And today we're going to be talking about how to teach your kids about money.
Oh, man. This is a topic I can get into.
Absolutely. So I was at a conference a couple weeks ago and had the privilege of meeting Scott Donnell, who is the founder of GravyStack. And so we're going to be licensing with GravyStack and using this material with our clients and their children and grandchildren. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, I like the sound of this.
Yeah, so coming out on February 29th, the freemium version of the GravyStack app is dropping. And so we're going to be definitely checking it out. And so Scott talks about fighting this war on entitlement. Right? Mm-hmm. Think about your kids and entitlement. Mm-hmm. Right? And there's a lot of people our age that feel entitled.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
I mean, I just think at the world we've grown up in lately, and there's just such abundance around us, right? And everybody, it's so easy to get caught up in keeping up with the Joneses, and so-and-so got this, why can't I have this? And they went on vacation, why can't I go on vacation? And I feel like it's 10 times worse now in a social media world where all you see is people's highlights, right? So all you see is the trips they took, the new car they got, the fancy clothes they wore, whatever. But it's just really in our face recently.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of parents don't have the skills to teach the kids because they don't know, right? We're just kind of racing through each day trying to keep our kids alive. You know what I mean? So it's hard to stop and think, okay, well, what are we doing to teach positive money lessons? And one thing that Scott talked about is money trauma when you're a kid. And I don't know if I had money trauma, but I've told the story 1,000 times. When I was a kid, I would, my dad had a good job, right? And he would always complain about the bills, and I never forgot that. So does that? I mean, it resonates. The term money trauma. It wasn't like we were on the street or anything, but just like he was feeling pain, the bills, and that made me feel pain. Do you know what I mean? Money trauma as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody can think back to at least some point in their childhood where something came down to money, right? And it sticks with you because you don't know money. You don't understand how to handle it. You don't know what it means all the time. So it's a term that I think probably a lot of people could relate to.
Yeah, I understand. I agree. And so we're fighting the war on entitlement, and we want to create a family legacy that lasts, right? Everyone would want that if you asked them, right? And we want kids who can think for themselves and learn how to try and create value for other people. So let's think about like this home economy, okay? And how kids learn, right? They learn through doing fun things, and they learn through real life experiences, right?
Yeah.
That's why we sit in classrooms all day, right? So keeping that in mind, okay? A lot of kids today, right, their currency is going online and complaining about things or other people. And like that's the opposite of what we want. We want their currency to be creating value for others. So how can we teach them with this fun and real life experience? And that's what GravyStack is trying to do by having games and this home economy, this gig economy. So think about this. How many kids do you know that think throughout the day, how can I create value for other people today?
It's probably not a whole lot that's
right.
top of mind of, yeah.
Yeah, like zero. Well, Scott's telling the story about he takes his kid to a birthday party, and his daughter, right, is learning these skills, and she gets paid for the work that she does, not an allowance, but the work that she does, and actually picks out the birthday present and uses her own money to buy the present, and then goes to the birthday party, and there's like, say, 10 kids, 9 kids. The mom went to Target and bought whatever, and then this kid used her own money to do it. Well, guess what? When it's time for presents, right? Guess who's like, open mine first, because the pride of saying, I did the work, I purchased the gift, and now I want you to have it.
Right.
Versus, Billy over here, who is like still pulling dandelions because like he wasn't involved, right? There's no skin in the game.
Right.
So I love that story, right? That really resonates. And I think about how I'm just the other dad, like with a Target gift card.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel some pain,
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the idea. The home economy, right? A lot of people just pay an allowance, and that's that. And you might start off with good intentions saying that this allowance is tied to these chores. But I think that Scott's got it right where he says the chores, that's your cost of living here for free. But like that's the base expectation, right?
Yeah.
Wash the window, sweep the floor.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting because I think that's where a lot of indecision comes from. From a parent is, well, I want to motivate my kid. I want them to earn money. I don't want to just hand it to them. But at the same time, you do live in this house. You need to learn how to make your bed, right? If I'm not paying you money, are you still going to make your bed and clean your room, or is it just going to, be a big old mess all the time?
So the idea is you have to do these chores just, as the minimum accepted work to live here. It's like the minimum expectation. And then we have this gig economy, okay? So this is trying to teach the kid to create value for someone else. Okay, Jim, right? If you're the kid and I'm asking you, what do you see around here that needs to be done, right? Start thinking about how you can create value and then earn for that additional chore or that additional project, okay? And so here's a really interesting thing that they brought up, which I think is hitting the nail on the head. Suppose you're going to go on a family vacation, right? And you ask your son to plan it out with costs, with, each stop and the hotel and the flights and everything, rental car, and research all that. And like, you're going to get paid to do that, right? Well, how many life skills are they learning?
Yeah.
Right? They're learning a lot about research and the cost of money, like the value of money and everything.
Yeah, that's an incredible example.
Yeah.
The thought of doing that is really exciting.
Yeah. My friend Eric told me he had his daughter, who's in 8th grade, figure out the cost of coffee.
Okay.
Like how much is each cup of coffee actually costing? So you have K-cups or the drip. You can amortize the machine over thousands of cups.
Yeah.
You have creamer, sugar, whatever. Like what is this costing? And what is the price at Starbucks or on the corner coffee shop? Those kinds of activities to understand the value of money.
I actually did do that at one point with my kids when they were begging for a dog. We want a dog. And I said, all right, figure it out. How much is the dog going to cost? How much is it going to keep it? How much is the food going to cost? So I really like the concept of this because they get invested in it when it's something they can get excited about.
Awesome. So the GravyStack, right? We talked about kids learn by having fun. So there's games. And then they learn about real life experiences. So then it has you go do these real life experiences and get paid through this gig economy, but you have to be creating value for others. And I think that's really important. So we're going to be rolling out a series, or at least one soon, with an educational event here at the Peak Global HQ, where we're going to have kids, your grandkids, your children here, and we're going to teach them some of these lessons about money. And maybe we'll have a second one teaching the parents about how to teach the kids. What do you think about that?
You know what? I mean, I think that would be huge. I think that's most parents' obstacles is they know they want their kids to make good decisions. They just don't know how to teach it.
Yeah.
Right. And I fall victim to it as well. There's certain things that I try to do, but I know there's more I could be doing that would be better. So I'm really excited to keep getting into this GravyStack program.
Yeah, it's going to be great. If you would like to learn more, you can reach us at peakwm.com. You can set up a second opinion, everything online. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love for you to like the video, ring the bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's important. Thank you so much.